Hi guys, and welcome back to the Bristol Prepper channel. So today guys, after last week last week we took a look at looking at some bug out vehicles and maybe some unusual bug out vehicles we talked about, and kind of following the bug out theme that we were talking about for the last few weeks. We're going to talk about in an SHTF, so in a bug out situation or bugging in, what are some of the skills. Maybe not so, and we'll look at some of the more unusual skills or some skills you haven't thought of that may come in handy and maybe worth researching and have a little bit of a look into. So let's start off with some of the ones that we all know. Sorry guys, got some notes written down, so don't mind me looking down. The first one is obviously bushcraft skills. Your bushcraft skills will come in massively handy. I know not everybody will be in a woodland scenario, but knowing those sort of skills will go a long way, because I don't know, even if you're surviving in an urban area, making a fire would still, if you've got nothing else, making a fire could still be used and could still be essential. And you can still make it in urban areas. There's still trees and like giant park areas, and still have trees there. So knowing your trees and knowing your bushcraft skills and all that sort of thing still would come in handy. And obviously if you did have to, you could bug out to a more of a woodland scenario. So yeah, bushcraft is obviously one of the top ones. Another one is first aid. Obviously we all know about first aid. Having basic first aid skills I think is super essential for you or your group or your family becomes injured. You can do basic first aid. Obviously you can go as far as you like with it, you know. Some people just do one course and that's it. Some people go all the way to becoming, you know, like a paramedic, doctor, or whatever. You know, it depends on how far you want to go with it, or go on these really long courses to do with like all these different bits and pieces to do with first aid and like really getting to know your stuff, you know. But obviously, like I said, it depends like with anything, how far you want to go with it, how much you want to learn. So the next one we'll look at, which I've never seen people talk about, is people skills. So in an SHTF, it's not normally the first thing you think of, but I thought it was quite important. You know, if you're one of these people who don't like talking to people and is quite reserved and not a very good people person, then I think it might be hard for you. You know, if you come into contact with another group, just say you and your group or you and your family are wandering or whatever, and you're looking for you're out scavenging or anything like that in a big, really bad, grid down scenario, and you come across another group, then if you had good people skills, you could maybe obviously make friends with them or make some sort of trade with them, you know. But if you've got bad people skills, then it might come to blood, you know. You might have to fight that group, or it could turn bad, you know. So if you've got really good people skills, and then obviously you can make it work to your advantage, you know. And I think that's really important. And not only that, it helps in everyday life, you know. If you make your people skills better and stuff like that, it would help you in everything, your job and yeah, your general everyday life. Next thing we thought of was mechanical skills. So this is one of these things that I really need to pick up on and get a little bit better with. So I'm not really mechanically minded. Some people can pick it up really quick. My younger brother, for instance, is he's really quick at picking up like mechanical things, you know, like engines and cars, or big cars, motorbikes, scooters, anything like that. He can just tear it apart and put it back together and kind of picks it up as he goes along. Some people like that, some people are not. I don't really know a lot about engines or cars or anything like that, really. I like cars and motorbikes, but I don't know an awful lot about them, how it works and how to service it myself or anything like that. I don't know a lot about that, so I think I could learn more about that and it would benefit me. And SHTF, you know, if you could just do basic servicing upon your vehicle and make it go that little bit further for you and work that a little bit more for you, I think it would be a huge benefit. You know, if you come to your car's knackered and you have to get a new one, you could go, if you're on the motorway and there's loads of cars around you, could take all the parts from each car and maybe make one good one, you know. And if you're able to do that, that's amazing. You know, that's like priceless, because you can go that extra bit farther with your vehicle. And I've never seen anybody talk about that before. Next one I think of is building skills or DIY skills. So I think this is quite important. So just say in a long-term SHTF situation, like the worst possible one we can think of, whatever you're prepping for, you know, be it zombie apocalypse, I don't know, takeover of the government or whatever, you know, the worst case scenario, and you're setting up a base or setting up a permanent residence somewhere, maybe with another group or with a big, larger group, then building skills and DIY skills will come in massively handy, you know, for boarding up windows or boarding up doors or anything like that, making it some sort of extension or making barriers, anything like that. It would come in massively, massively handy, you know, if you were handy with a hammer and saw and you knew your way around a drill or anything like that, or good with a screwdriver, you know what I mean. If you knew some basic DIY skills and building skills, I think I've got a long way and would be really helpful for you. And that's another one of those things, a bit like mechanical skills, you know. Some people go their entire life and don't do any DIY, but some people will do that heavily, you know, take that up as a career, or like a bit like mechanics, take it up as a career, or just find it that easier, you know. Somebody who works an office job might not find it as easy as somebody who does it every day. So if we could learn a little bit, then obviously, like I said, it would help us in SHTF. Another one which is kind of circumstantial for kind of the place we live in is shooting skills. I thought I'd include it because obviously somebody's going to go, wait, you didn't say shooting, so I'll include it anyway. Shooting, your shooting skills, and I know before anybody jumps the gun, yeah, I know you can get guns in England, but generalisation, nobody really has guns in England. I only know one person that owns a gun, has a gun license, one. Yeah, so generally people don't have guns in England, as you may have seen from other YouTubers from England. So yeah, this is kind of for America and other Southern European countries that do have them. Getting your shooting skills up, guys, you know, learning your weapons and being efficient with them, obviously would be priceless in a SHTF situation. And the last one I've got, guys, on this list is quite an unusual one, is having a really good imagination and being quite creative. And some of you guys might be thinking, why is that? You know, why would you need that in SHTF long term? And I think, obviously all this is my personal opinion, but I think that it would be quite handy if you're quite creative and quite imaginative for building things or putting constructions together, you know, or thinking on the spot and thinking, what could I do in this situation? You know, if stuff got hairy, you could, I don't know, build a barrier out of cars, or I don't know, anything like that, you know, anything like that. Being quite imaginative, being able to think on the spot and quite creative, I think would be quite handy, you know. Thinking of ways you can collect water, using your imagination and using your creativity to come up with good water collection systems, especially in the urban environments. Being quite creative with how you're going to do it and stuff like that would be quite handy, you know, making traps or anything like that. I think it would be quite handy. Yeah, guys, so that's what we really have got on the list for today. So obviously I know I haven't covered, there's a whole bunch of things I haven't covered, so tell me one that you think is really important and smash it down beneath in the comments, because lately we've had so many comments on the videos. It's amazing. I've never had this many comments on my videos, so I love it, guys. I thank you all so much for commenting on my videos. And before anybody says anything, I know normally I'm on it and I comment back for every single person, but lately YouTube has been an absolute nightmare, and lots of people's comments have been going into my spam folder, so I've had to go into the spam folder, approve them and make sure they're not spam, and then they go back into the published comments folder. So your comments, I'm not deleting them, I don't delete anybody's comments at all, so don't worry, your comments are on there. I've just not had time or not seen it to put it back into the published folder. As soon as I do, I will get back to you, because I don't not leave anybody out. I always get back to every single person. So yeah, got something cool to say, got a cool skill you think would be useful in SHTF, please slam it down there in the crotch box. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. All those buttons and all the relative stuff, it's all down beneath, so please go down there and smash all those buttons. It would massively help me out. Also, guys, if you want to follow me on Facebook, just go down to the description and check out the link down there, and there'll be a link for the Bristol Prepper Facebook page, and that's where you find all the newest, coolest stuff that's going on the channel, and you'll also get all the updates on there first. Anybody wants any of the jumpers, one of the t-shirts, just give me a shout and I'll happily hook you up. But guys, this is it for this video. So as always, stay prepared and I'll catch you guys another day, another way.